Welcome to the show. This is, of course, Ebru Let's Talk, where we're always talking about something. And today we are talking about the man who needs to stop talking on Hot Talk, so stay tuned for that. But there's something interesting that I saw today on the internet because a girl goes to the internet, right? So apparently, there's a lady who went for a throat surgery, right? She was an American woman, went and got surgery for her throat because she had issues. And then the next day she woke up and she was speaking in an Irish accent. And at first, even she was shocked, yeah? So she's looking at herself in the mirror, talking to herself, and she sounds very Irish. And we all know the Irish accent cannot be pulled off by anybody. I don't even understand how your brain automatically wants you to speak in Irish or in like an Irish person, but that it is what it is. And that begs the question, hey, look, if people can go for surgery, or you can just sleep and wake up and you have a wholly different accent, or you speak like a wholly different person, who would I want to be? And for the life of me, I couldn't think of anyone. It would probably be a British accent, and I would probably sound like David Cumberbatch or something. Actually, no, I would sound like Cumberbatch. Yeah? So all the time I would just say, all right, all right, all right.
Really?
But Ayuma decided to tell me that she has someone specifically in mind who she would want to sound like, or who she would think if her brain decided that's who she would sound like. And who is this, Ayuma?
I want to, like, in general, has to like a ha voice, and I like to be like more toned down, and like I think like Paris Hilton.
Okay.
And I just be like, hi guys, welcome to the show. You're watching Let's Talk right here. It's like so hot, and just like that. You
That
know,
would be it.
that would
and then
be
the slurs
Just
on the last word.
monotone and like just like extending the last word.
There we go. It's always like an interesting
And no
carajo.
smiling. So like, you know, you're like, cause like you know, if you smile, you get wrinkles.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we're not trying to get wrinkles. So like, you're just always serious.
Yeah.
But like, you know, hashtag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Sounds like so cool.
But you have to like be a little bit more like you don't care.
No. I say I would like for Lily to then speaking
You
in
see
British
a British
accent. You see, for me it would be a default British accent. Lily, on the other hand, would want to sound like who again?
Beyonce. I want
the
to sleep
queen
and wake up
herself.
with Beyonce's voice so that I can hit those high notes.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, so I can't hit them now because I'm not Beyonce.
Boy, Sijali,
Unfortunately.
Moja. Ukilala wamke who sound like Beyonce, we will be all for you.
Amen.
But you at home, the number, which is new, is 0770. That is 0770 729 366. It's right here. You can see it. It's our new number because we just love to talk to you. If you woke up in the morning and you sounded like someone else, who would it be? And if you can, send us a voice note. Maybe that's Jekata voice notes. Please send us a voice note. We want to hear all your accents and all the people who you think have amazing voices. Anyway, my name is Kathomi. Welcome to the show.
Yes, and I'm so excited on this lovely Thursday evening because it is hashtag on the No Thursday. And we're going to be talking about being a ride or die. And I know so many times, especially as girls, as women, where they're talking about how like, yeah, me, I'm ride or die. I'm ride or die for my man. I'm ride or die for my man. Don't mess with me and my man because I'm there already to like, you know, do anything and everything. But we're really going to delve deeper. Why is it only the woman who is being ride or die? And where are we riding to? And why do I have to die? That is my question. Where are we riding to? And why is it I must that I die? So we're going to be talking about that. Have you ever been a ride or die for your man, for your partner? Even men, if you have been a ride or die for your girl, it will let us know. The new WhatsApp number has been stated. And you can still hit us up on our social media, Ebru TV Kenya, everywhere, except for Facebook, which is Ebru TV KE. But for now, it's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli.
A few of Tanzanian song, they say, ukufe sijui nizikwe na wewe ufanye nini. Mimi I don't want to kuzikwa with anyone. Mimi nataka nizikwe peke yangu. So I'm nobody's ride or die and nobody is my ride or die. Yeah, Google it so that you can understand more when we talk about it. Anyway, it's my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Doreen. She just turned 6. Hey, respect.
You don't look like a mother of a 6-year-old child.
Imagine. Oh, thank you so much. But Doreen, happy birthday. Thank you so much. You have been a fantastic daughter. And Ubaya, ni dad's favorite, but anyway. Welcome to the show. We cannot wait to interact with you. My name is Lily Asigo.
And we have spoken about piping hot stories. Lily, what do we have coming?
We all know Kiba. So Kiba is cooling the men on matters relationship. It's kind of, he wants the men to control us, but I don't know, you wait and find out. And then we have a luxury funeral vehicle from Eldoret, where for you to hire that vehicle, you need 500K. ade. So I don't know if you want to overspend on a dead body. I don't know, you tell us. And we also have Kate Waruguru's husband who's divorcing his first wife. And people think that marrying 2 or more wives need a happy life. Anyway, this and more on Hot Talk.
I honestly feel like every time I speak about Andrew Kiba, it's usually something negative. It's usually just something like, Guy, every time I see him say something, this is the actual default is usually just, okay, but he's decided that he wants to be the spokesperson, or at least he's the man to be telling the men what to do. And apparently, on a post on Twitter, he actually put up this, and he said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. And this was with regard to a masterclass that he's holding. It is titled Kiba's Masterclass, and the slogan is, as you can see over there, it is apparently supposed to be simple, distilled, and actionable. And the lessons that he's teaching on his first masterclass is, it's all about me. And the me in this particular case being men, right? And the highlights of this talk are going to be why men should become more selfish or should become selfish, good guys finish last, instruct, do not discuss. Foreplay is for simps. And finally, what else after sex? Now, it becomes even worse because it's a Zoom meeting or a Zoom class, master class, and he's asking for each person to pay 1,250 Kenya shillings, and this is everyone. I don't know whether he's excluding women. I honestly don't know what that situation is going to be, because if it's a master class for men and women join, and knowing Kibe, I don't know, maybe he'll have a filter for women. But here is the question for me. First of all, why? Number 2, I've asked around, I've asked our producers, our cameramen, we've asked all of them, would you go for this masterclass? And I questioned 3 different men. And one is a crazy one, we wouldn't even talk about him. Steve, you've just been excommunicated by there, just so you know. He said he actually has a pass. Like, he just shows up, he doesn't even need to pay. He's coming through because Kibe and him are boys. Okay. And then we had Kibe, who is a namesake to Kibe, and he said, hell to the no.
No, he said yes.
No. Kiba said
he said yes. You know, now yes.
Yeah. Okay, namesakes, same was that. Fear you, excommunication. And Wycliffe, who is another one of our amazing cameramen, he said, he actually even looked at me funny. He's just like, girl, what are you talking about? So I don't know about you at home. As a man, would you pay 1,250 shillings to go listen to masterclass by Kibe? And specifically, why would you be paying for it? Because, okay, some of these things are very questionable, to be honest. All of them except maybe the last one. The last one I do ask a lot of the time, because what else after intercourse, right? That's a good question to ask anyone, because technically speaking, it's not just sex that we need to be, or sexual intercourse that we need to be putting on the table as women. There needs to be a lot more. So for that part, I agree with him. But everything else, surely, what's wrong with good guys? Me, I honestly love myself a good guy. Give me 10. South Africa officially did their first wedding with 2 men and 1 woman, the polyamory thing. The first wedding was done today. And I'm just saying, if they're both 2 good guys, I'm going to take them. I'm running very fast with both my good men. So I don't know. For me, it's just a thing of, why Kibe? You know, had it been someone else, let's say Robert Burale, me, that one, I would even pay 2,000 shillings. 10,000 maybe is a stretch, but I would pay to go and listen to him because he's a man of substance, right? And apparently some men also disagree with this completely, because we had Chimano just going, oh, okay, this is something. And another guy by the name Mike Mukoro also was like, ay, apana. And I just think there's a specific group of men who will listen to Kibe, and if you do listen to him, power to you, but I wouldn't advise it. Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Andrew Kibe, he has learned his niche, he has learned his demographic. As much as me, I want to be a hater over here and say, instruct, don't discuss. I'm like, excuse me, who are you instructing? I know it's not a Yuma Kaguli. You can go try that with your other women. I know it's not me. When you're there saying foreplay is for simps, and like simps is basically people who are just like overly like emotional and like really like crying over but basically mekaliwa.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's what a simp is. And I see that. So that means that real men don't do that. who are you doing that with? But I know his demographic. So let me talk about this as a business point of view. For Andrew Kiba, knowing his demographic, knowing his brand, and knowing his fans want to listen to nonsense. His fans like to listen to trash. Whatever trash comes out of his mouth, they'll be so happy to hear. So let him make some money off of it. Why is he giving the information out for free? He used to be a radio presenter. He's not doing that anymore. Apparently, he has his own radio station. I don't know how that's going. But now if you want to go to class and learn how to be an idiot, then he is making money off of you people's stupidity. You know what I mean? I think this type of thing is just, honestly, it's just for his fans, and his fans are willing to pay, and I think he's actually gonna make a lot of money. So from a business standpoint, it's a really smart idea. You have found yourself like a smart way of making money, especially during these Corona times.
I so wish this list would say why men have to become responsible. Good guys are the best. Instruct, but also discuss. Foreplay is very important. What else before and after sex? Mimi, that I will pay even 2,000 shillings. He's asking for 1250. I would pay 2,000 shillings. What happened to empowering the boy child? Because you see, for women, when we grow up, our aunties and mothers, they talk to us, they advise us. This is how you're supposed to treat a man. Hey, if this is how my son is being advised, I'm telling you, they will all end up single. Because let me tell you, mademo siku hizi pia wamechanuka na wako na akili. They have brains. And most people say, don't hate the messenger, hate the message. But sometimes the message and the messenger belong to the same WhatsApp group. So I want to move on from this because it is just, it's too much. Let's move on to people who have money. So if you have money, do you take care of your loved one and they are still alive? Or do you wait for them to die so that you know overspend on carrying them, on food, on clothing? I don't know. You tell me, because in Eldoret, you can spend up to 500,000 Kenya shillings just to hire a limo for a day. I don't know who can afford that. And buying that car will cost you 18 to 20 million shillings. So let me read. For me, it's the comments. I always love comments. 500 per day for a dead body, and probably that person committed suicide because of life struggles. Then you spend that much for a burial. That would be such an insult to them. Someone else say, nikikufa nibebwe hapo, nibebwe hapo. Nikikufa nibebwe hapo na fufuka, I swear. Another one say, hiyo pesa yote siopatie tu sahi niko uhai, nikikufa wanichimbie tu shimo wanirushe. Mwingine anasema launched, and by the way it was launched with a prayer. So Ernest_Diha anashangaa kwa nini it was launched with a prayer for people to die ndio wapate biz ama. Wow. Let us know on our new number 0770 729 366.
You know what makes me, like, honestly, a lot of these comments come from a place of, like, a little bit of jealousy, I feel like, because let's just be all the way honest, yeah? There's different levels. This person in Eldoret who has spent 500,000 on this limousine, it's not as if that was his last 500,000. It's not as if he had to scrounge up all his money. He's been saving his whole entire life for him to now make this funeral for this person. This is somebody who got lanes, okay? And if you're not in that specific lane, you just stick to your own lane. You know how much money you're going to be able to spend for your funeral, but others are willing to do that much money. And honestly, if I was in a position to be able to do that, I would do that. I would be that person who, like there was a time in my life I wanted to marry somebody in the military. That way in my funeral, I'd get a 21 gun salute. You know, they have the flags and everything. All the military guys are over there. I see on your wedding, you see them with the swords, shwa, shwa, shwa. You're there walking through. Like me, I love drama. So even if I'm already a dramatic person when I'm alive, how dramatic do you think I expect to be when I'm dead? I expect the most. I expect everybody just drowning in tears and like you know how like New Orleans is like it's like a party. I want that. I want a whole like band over there, trumpets and everything. Like I want the most. So I can understand why someone willing to do this. It's just that just stick to your pocket. Come on, hauna pesa. Not time you see your pesa. Don't be mad at me. Even me, I don't have 500,000, but I understand why people can spend that much.
Now money. I know who to add on my WhatsApp group. Are you Makaguli?
It's a really nice looking car. If you think about it, it's a nice looking car. You know, you wouldn't really think that would be a car that would be used for a funeral. But at the same time, I'm just thinking about the fact that this guy sat down, looked at the market in Eldoret, and this is what the market wanted. We are about to move now to Eldoret. Me, I've left now USA. Now I want to move to Eldoret because this kind of money is the kind of money I want to be around. Like someone who's willing to spend 500K, and that's just one car. Don't forget there's the whole procession. So like it's going to be all bells and whistles. I am just thinking, wow, what Eldoret? Simseme kitu. Ama yo baridi na wapatia pesa. Me, I really just don't understand how. Like, you know, for any business, it has to make sense, right?
Yeah.
So this person had this car, sat down, decided, no, I will not give it out for events. Not any events anyway. It will be an event to the end. And people were like, yeah, let's do that.
I just have a question though. If you were having, like, if you had a loved one, unfortunately, who had passed away, would you spend 500,000 on this car for them?
Honey, I don't have 500,000, but okay, if it was there and they had requested for this thing, because in this particular case, I feel like, as you said,
Yeah.
you would want that because that's what you want.
Yes.
And if you vocalized it, and us as the people around you have the money for it, then we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But like, someone just died, they didn't request for this specifically, and I'm over there going to spend all my, you know, at the end of the day, inakuanga 4x6. Kila mtu, sisi wote, 4x6. Rich, poor, 4x6. In fact, it's just so, sijui hata tuanze kutengeneza vitanda zote zikuwe 4x6, just as you're getting ready
To get in the mood.
to be put in your 4x6. I just want to know from you, would you do this? Do you know people who can do this? And in all honesty, does it make business sense, if at all? Would you get into such a business? Would you put your money in such a business? I want to know from you.
Now, it seems there's a little bit of drama when it comes to the Second Wives Club over here, and I don't know what's going on. There's a woman who goes by the name of Kate Waruguru, who's the Laikipia women's representative, all right? And she is the second wife to a Peter Waweru. And it seems as if he is now getting a divorce from his first wife after now getting married to Kate and her becoming the second wife. Now, his first wife goes by the name of Zipporah Njoki, and he was basically just talking about the whole situation of why they were getting a divorce in the first place. And according to Peter, the reason why he decided to get a divorce from his first wife is because of issues that were irreconcilable and involving alcohol. And he said now once those issues started to bring themselves out, he decided, let me start searching for wife number 2. And then they popped up like Kipia woman representative, boom. Let me help you. Let me be with you. She was a shoulder to cry on. Kidogo kidogo, boom, she's the second wife. And this is what now the first wife is saying. She was like, this is the reason why they are actually getting a divorce is not because of any other issues. The reason why they're getting a divorce is because he has now decided to bring a second wife, and it's by force. She had no say in the situation, and basically it was like either she stays or she leaves. It's her choice. It makes me like, people try to romanticize this whole thing of being a second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th wife over here, being the sidekick and everything. And honestly, it doesn't seem to work unless you are in. Why are you laughing?
100 wife killed
People are 100 wives, you know. But honestly, it's like it doesn't seem to work unless you're a Muslim. The Muslims have perfected it because it seems as if everybody knows their place. No one is feeling jealous, blah, blah, blah. But the regular Africans, there seems to be a lot of jealousy. There seems to be a lot of competition. There seems to be a lot of situations where the man doesn't talk to his wife first and let them know that this is the situation and I want to get a second wife. Or even when they're first dating, I plan on getting 3 wives. You're not going to be the only one, you know. And I think that it's really showing that these situations don't work at all.
I'm getting to that point where I'm thinking again, as we talk about relationships and getting into a relationship with someone, know them well enough, because alcoholism is a big issue, yeah? But technically speaking, we always know when someone can drink too much. And at that point, even before you get married to this particular person, then you're always going, I think you drink too much. So unless they're hiding their drinking or whatever flaws they have, it might be drinking, might be other funny vices that we don't like, just get to know your partner well enough before you get into a marriage. Because for me, marriage is forever. There's no we are getting into a marriage playing hopscotch. 10 years, 20 years, you better love me. Sha! You better look at me and say, ooh, honey child, I see you and that slay queen who's in my DMs. I am ignoring them.
Yeah.
That's the kind of marriage I want to be in, you know? I don't want to be in a situation where we're getting married and then the next day is like, baby, I don't like you that much, so I'm going to try and see other people.
Right.
That for me isn't a marriage. That for me is a long-term relationship that was sealed by a certificate, and that is not the life. that I am envisioning for myself, sir. So let's get to know our partners before we get to this point where now we're breaking up a couple of years later because you discovered they have a weird habit that you can't kick. You obviously saw the signs, and if you didn't, you haven't been with them long enough for you to make a big commitment like marriage. That's just it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you've been a first wife, it's going to be hard for you to become a second wife or a third one. If you've been the main chick, it's going to be really hard for you to settle for less and become a second, a side chick. But if you're the first wife, if you are the second wife, and then this first wife happens to divorce the husband because you came into the picture, your space is vacant. Ama?
Oh, you don't just
Who's
get
gonna
bumped
fill
up.
that space?
You don't become now the first wife.
No, hakuna kupandishwa cheo, my friend. Hata ukikuwa side chick, main chick awachwe, kuna vacancy. Your vacancy ya main inatafutwanga. For me, I believe there's a reason as to why you're the side and not the main. It's because huyu ananipatia something more kukushinda, not necessarily sexual, but there's just something you're getting from this other woman that you cannot replace her. You'd rather have someone else come in and join you, mkwe 3, but you don't want to leave this one. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe kichwa yangu ni mbaya kidogo, but for me, I believe if you're the second wife, simsikizane tu na first wife basi. Kama bwana amekubali, ongeeni vizuri. Otherwise, the third one will come in. Na ni wewe second wife, utaumia. So for me, and also you don't choose who you fall in love with, because maybe they're just madly in love with each other, but I just don't know.
Until you don't
It's
choose who you fall in love with. You choose. When someone has a husband, a ring on their finger, it's time for you to turn off that heart of yours and find love somewhere else.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you. Because normalizing these habits is what is becoming a problem for us. In general, normalizing being a second wife to someone who's already married, because from the sounds of it, it sounds like they were still in that divorce process as he's still finding other people. So for me, that's the problem. Until it has been cut off clean. Unajua, you've cut it off clean, you've had a couple of months of finding rebounds and all of that, that's when you're allowed to date again. But see, you're leaving me for someone else. I've said this many times. About 75% of marriages that start from someone else having that start off as an affair, they don't end up surviving the 3rd year goal. And honey child, he's gone 10 years with this one. So clearly he has a track record. You know what? Just pick your battles and let's stop normalizing this thing of people dating married people. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. I see you near my boyfriend. Some things are going to get lost. Someone's face, something's getting lost, honey. Stay away from my man. I don't want it. I don't want it. Stay away. Anyway, we have amazing things still happening on the internet, and these are peaks of the week. People who've actually done commendable things, people who've done things that we need to applaud. So it's time for peaks of the week.
Now, I don't know what you were doing when you were 21 years old, but if you need some inspiration, young people and even older people, even myself, I'm getting inspired. And I'm getting inspired by Miss Anita Sonia, who is 21 years old, and she is a Kenyan environmentalist. And she's really broken leaps and bounds in order to go ahead and speak at TEDx. So she was basically a speaker at TEDx, which is like, the TED Talks, we all know about them. It was happening in Parklands, and she was talking about the current climate crisis and making sure that leaders are able to change what's happening right now in order to fix the climate, in order to fix the climate and what's happening right now. And I really commend her because when I was 21 years old, I didn't care about the environment. I didn't care about what's happening. It can rain, it can stop raining, water can disappear. But as long as I am partying and having fun, that's all I cared about. So it's really good to see how serious young people are becoming.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes, and love wins for one Esther Kazungu, who's a content creator. She got engaged to one Mr. James Kibunja, and it was like a garden one. They had like a heart with flowers, and they were dancing and showing off their rings. Congratulations. As I've said before, love is a beautiful thing.
And she's actually a really amazing content creator. Like, there are people who you actually go on the internet and start looking from minute 1 to minute 10, and she's one of those people. She is so talented, amazing for her. Speaking about people who are talented, we all know in this our Kenya, people start playing football at 20, 21, and then they start getting to international waters and doctoring their documents. But that was not the case for a young man who is about 8 years old by the name of Leo Meso. This is a young boy from Siaya. and now he is rocking a jersey with the Arsenal Football Club. I mean, he started out amazing. The parents saw his talent from the way back. They empowered him to keep playing, and he played so well that international people have seen him.
Yeah.
See, you don't have to be a socialite. You don't have to do all these crazy things for you to become popular or for you to become a successful person. There are people who are doing things the right way and they are going where they need to go. So congratulations to him as he is now touring all of London and all these international waters. Congratulations, keep representing Africa and Kenya, to be specific. Win, win, win.
Yes, and talking about wins, yo, what girl child, we are winning, we're doing amazing because it is official. We now have our first female Chief Justice. She goes by the name of Martha Koome, and our very own President Kenyatta went ahead and appointed her after Parliament's approval. This is a really big move for Kenya, for Africa in general, for us to have our first female Chief Justice. And I'm just proud of her because like, it makes us women, even though you guys like to say that we're already empowered, but it empowers us even more, you know?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she's able to go ahead and become the first
You know,
female.
we've seen Tanzania has the first female president.
Yes.
So women, our dreams are valid.
Yes.
True. And the good dreams, people who are working hard in school, honestly, just understand that you can still become so, I cannot insist enough, you can become so successful in a career. Just pick a career that isn't always social media. You know, not everyone can win in that ground. But yeah, I think it's an amazing thing. I feel like we need to just give her a round of applause, honestly.
To all of them,
all of
people
them.
winning. Yeah. I'm seeing over here we have a little bit of feedback on our new WhatsApp number 0770 729-366. So you have a little bit of time to go ahead and read through them.
Yes,
I have Joanne watching from Kabete saying, I would want to sleep and wake up with Kathomi's voice. Aww. We also have someone else over here who's like, Ati Rihanna is who I would want to wake up sounding like. I love her to bits, and I've even done 2 tattoos of her. It starts, the star and the Roman numerals on her shoulder. Oh,
Wow.
okay. And then we also have Abby watching from Kayole. Lily is my role model.
Ooh, amazing. Who else is saying something? This
Hi
is Anne.
girls, Anne Mwikali watching from Machakos. Yako kwa Ayuma. Ayuma unakaa poa sana. Judy Piri anasema, I would love to sound like wrestler and actor The Rock. Happy birthday, Doreen. Thank you so much. Kiba, no, I can't listen to him. Never, ever. Watu wengi wanasema happy birthday, Doreen. Thank you so much. For me, if I wake up with a new accent, I would like to resemble Boris Johnson, the UK something. I'm loving the energy in the studio. The girls are on fire, looking awesome. And it's not even Friday yet. Livingstone, thank you so much.
Yeah, someone else is mentioning the thing about the car in Eldoret. They're saying the funeral vehicle in Eldoret, Kwani, it can't be black. the color no, singwesi ingia. And they say hashtag let's talk. You know, red is a good color. It's the color of love. And you have to have love for you to give 500,000 for a car. That is money you are burning. Aye. Anyway, I see someone else saying, with money, someone can buy and hire anything, which is true. Is in that car coming from the second chance? Is that car coming with a second chance of life? Hey, ladies, you are looking awesome. I am Hilda from Tindigwa. You guys are my favorite. We love you too. And if you please tell us where you're watching us from. We would really like to know where you are, where you're listening and watching us from, because we love you so much. Keep the messages coming. Zawadi, Lawrence, we see you talking about Kibe at Yapana, Kenyans new jinga tu kupata do, which I don't know, Ayuma was agreeing with. And then someone else continues to say, the reason why men will leave their wife for a side chick, will not leave their wives for a side chick, is because when the side chick becomes the wife, he will have to find another side chick. Okay, so Lily is correct. Let us know what your actual thoughts are on this side chick situation, because it seems people are so normalized about it. The number is over there. It's 0770 729 366.
Yes, but I think it's about that time we have to take a short commercial break. If you're sitting at home wondering what are you going to do while we're away, let me tell you what you need to do. Send us a message on our WhatsApp number and tell us about your ride or die situation. Which situation were you being tested on the strength of your relationship and whether or not you are going to stick around?
Welcome back. We are still on Ebru Let's Talk. And in case you miss us, want to talk to us, and you do not have Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, please know that our number is alive and well. We have a new one. We make sure that we take care of you, our people. And the number is always down here, but I will read it for you for the purposes of posterity. The number is 0770 729 366. In case you miss us on that, catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are always ready to see your messages. But it is Thursday, you know? And it is Talk That Talk Thursday. And we are about to talk about something that we find very nonsensical. We find it very ludicrous. It is optimally the most insane version of a word that has kept people in captivity from Kingdom Come up until now. And that is the phrase ride or die. It has either been used on you to either make you stay. It has been used on you to make you accept toxicity, or you have used it on someone else to keep them right next to you. Unajua ile bumper to bumper, now ni hip against hip, asiende mahali. And honestly, you have those stories. So please send us your stories on the number 0770 729 366. But by definition, according to Wikipedia, the meaning of ride or die it's apparently a hip-hop coined phrase which refers to a woman who is willing to support her partner and his risky lifestyle despite how he might endanger or harm her. I'm gonna say that one more time because people use this word to enslave people. It is a woman who is willing to support his or her partner. In actual sense, it could be his or her partner. But in most cases, in the hip-hop society, it's been used for women, that women are willing to risk to live with their partners who have a risky lifestyle. And this is despite them putting them in danger or putting them in harm's way. So that is the definition of a ride or die. Boy. And me, I am dead because I cannot believe that people can be
You're dead.
idiotic. I am dead. I am about to hire that car. You know? It's insane. So have you been in a situation where you've been or seen someone who was having a ride or die?
Child, let me tell you, like, you know how Nemo says that you commit a crime and I'll be your defender?
No.
Me is commit a crime and I'm calling the police. Okay? Commit a crime and put me in danger and I am snitching. Snitches get stitches. Me, I am snitching. I cannot be that type of girl who is going to cover my man and cover my partner because they have done something that's going to risk my well-being. I am not that type of person. But I've had a friend who has been that type of person. And I think she'd kill me if she was to know that I'm telling this story. But like she had a boyfriend and I think they'd only been dating for like 4, maybe 5 months. So like for me, 4 months, that's not even a relationship. That's not, you can't even start saying I love you. But Herse was deeply in love, okay? And he used to sell illegal substances. I will not talk about which substances he used to sell, but he used to sell illegal substances, and she knew about it. And I think that was part of the thing that made him attractive to her, because, like, you know, he's a gangster, yeah? He's a drug dealer. He always had cash and everything. While the rest of us were broke, she was there balling with her drug dealer boyfriend, until now one time he was like, at sea, his parents had found out about his activities, and they wanted to get rid of his stash. So he said, why don't you take the stash and keep it in your house? And because she's ride or die, you know, she's there for her man. She decided, you know what, yeah, baby, I got you. And she went ahead and took that stuff and brought it to her house. Lo and behold, he was actually being questioned by the police, yeah? And they were asking him where his stuff is at, and he named her as the dealer. Like, she is the person where I get my drugs from. And when they go to her house, see, she has the drugs. Oh, see, they're in her house. I was just like, this is what you get for being stupid. This is what you get for being ride or die. I couldn't. And like, the only reason why she's not sitting in jail is because we have a corrupt law system.
Wow. Wow. That, can you full on just put her in the die situation?
Imagine,
like die.
Imagine.
Cannot be me.
I have had more than 50 DMs, that is house managers, and one of them had a ride or die. So she was stealing stuff from my place and stashing them somewhere, because me, I'm busy, and she noticed. So there's this time we were not home, both of us, and she decided, this is the day. She carried hizo stuff, akificha kwa kichaka, her ride or die alikuwa namngojea na pikipiki kukuja kuzibeba. So reaching kwa gate wakashikwa, kuuliza mmepeleka wapi vitu, mmetoka wapi? Waka investigate, they came to my house, waka discover okay, ameiba hii, tukawapata kwa police station. And you know what, ride or die wake alishikwa na alikuwa amebeba ARVs. So this lady akona mistake ya kuiba vitu zangu na amediscover akona ukimwi. Or she's dating someone who's HIV positive. Mimi niliwaombea tu, nikamwambia Mungu akuwe nao. I just took my stuff, nikarudi nyumbani. That's stupidity. You have a ride or die, you don't even check. Hata mwende kupimwa, you know?
Yeah.
Me, I just love him. Oh, me, I just trust him.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do this.
And
then you steal, you steal for your ride or die. Mumeshikwa wote mmeingizwa ndani. So utameza dawa, utakaa ndani, like, people.
He's literally taking you to your deathbed without you knowing.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But apparently, clowns are clowns, and they shall forever be clowns. And unfortunately, sometimes it comes in the form of manipulation, right? So we have a very beautiful, darling friend who thankfully got out of that relationship. So apparently, she met this guy, rich, you know, successful, but he's just like, no. I see right now, in your current state of life, your potential is not matching up. Like, you have no potential.
Oh.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put potential in your system.
Hey.
I'm gonna dribble you with potential, you know? I'm gonna shower you with potential. And so he's like, quit the job you have now. That job is lackluster. It will take you nowhere. I can employ you, baby. It will be a family business, baby. And this girl is supposed to quit her job.
Yeah.
Additionally, he's telling her, don't even stay with your parents. You don't need a house. Come live with me, baby. I got a house. I got a mansion. Let's do this. Let's live together, work together. You know, the actual riding or dying. Because I got you, boo. I got you, boo. It got so bad that now he would start, like, going onto her social media and asking her to tell people to stop following her, right? So, like, he would monitor the people that are following her on social media and be like, this one I don't like. This one I don't like. You know,
And
this
he had
one
a
cannot
job.
follow you. This one cannot follow you. So in this case, her social life is being curtailed. Her actual life, because she's living with a man, is being curtailed. And her financial life is being curtailed. And all this, later she finds out a man is cheating. Ha! Full on. So the same story he's telling you is telling somebody else and another one. It's like all of you are being played with the same concoction of madness. Thankfully, she left. But that is the definition of ride or die. Because in this case, you're ready to ride with this guy because obviously he sees your potential, you know, he sees where you're going, he's giving you, he's investing in you. But all this while, he's just controlling you to put you in a situation where you can never get yourself out of. So these are stories about people we know that have been in ride or die situations. Now the question is, why do we think that this is not the best route? I honestly feel like it's a very toxic situation in most cases that you're being put into. As we've said by the definition, it's usually a very endangering your state of mind, your physical, your emotional. Like in one way or another, you are being endangered. In my story, she was being endangered emotionally, right? And financially. In a Yuma situation, it was what?
My friend, it was, I think her life. Like,
Her
she
whole
was
life.
going to jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Lily's situation, it's an actual life is being put on the thread. So in that way, it's usually a toxic relationship that someone wants to coax you into being into, right? And in addition, it's a sign of a toxic relationship and environment to be in general. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's also something like it's emotional blackmail. You know, if you love me, you'll do this. If you care about me, you're going to do this. If you love me, you're going to deal with all of my shenanigans and all the things that I do. If you love me, you're going to stay with me and my cheating ways and my harmful behavior. You know what I mean? And because women were such emotional creatures, it's so easy for us to get emotionally manipulated. And because we love so hard and everything, I think that's why it's easy for a man to say, babe, do this for me. And in your mind, you think, I love him. But I love him. Of course I'm going to do this. I love him. It's definitely emotional blackmail.
And I also have discovered that ride or die can also be in relationships, in friendships, and in family. So your friend, I've had friends, hawataki nikuwe na any other friend. They're like, you are my best friend. You are mine and my only best friend. So when you have other friends, wanaanza kukasirika, they don't call you, they just start saying, oh, just because you may change, oh, nini. So it's toxic everywhere. Don't let anyone call you their ride or die friend or family or partner. It is not worth it. Ride or die, why? Na tunakufa peke yetu. Me don't call me.
But
Don't call
now
me that.
here's another major question, because over time then you start realizing that by then this is ride or die, but it's mostly you dying and the other person riding on your stupidity.
Yep.
How do you try and get yourself out of the situation, or how do you learn to like be like, okay, I have been a clown so far.
Yeah.
I acknowledge my clownery. And now I feel like, okay, it's time for me to leave. Otherwise, something bad will happen to me.
Yeah.
How do you know it's time to let go?
I think like we honestly need to look at the red flags from the beginning. People don't just wake up one morning and become bad people or toxic people. These are signs and characteristics that you've seen from the beginning of the relationship and that you decide to ignore because you see their potential and how they're going to be, and you're making into a different thing. So if, for example, you know that my friend, you know that he's into illegal activities. From the get-go, she was told. That should have been a reason for them not to be dating at all, just because of that situation. You know what I mean? If you know that he is abusive, and most of the times you'll get like, you know, maybe his voice raises, then afterwards a push, then afterwards a shove, then afterwards a punch, then afterwards you're in the hospital, but it comes in stages. It's not just one day you're arguing about dinner and then he just like beats you up and you're in the hospital.
Or he's giving you one pill to carry.
Exactly.
Just give this one. So you're going to see your friend.
Yes.
He actually had asked me to give him these particular drugs. So mpeleke tu sunaenda mpeleke. The first day it's one pill. The next day you find yourself in a cab and he just calls you out of nowhere. He's like, oh, by the way, I left some things back there. Drop them off. My friend is waiting for you somewhere else. So it's like a continued form of being led into a situation which is really bad for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have people who cannot be advised. So if you're that person, and then wait until they get you in trouble and then leave. Don't die for them. Sawa. They'll get you in trouble, then you leave. Don't wait until it's too late, because that's what most people do. You give them a second and a third chance. No. Whenever you discover that someone is toxic, kindly just cut off communication completely.
Yeah, I also feel it's a self-esteem issue, because if you truly love yourself and you understand your worth, there's certain things that you know you're not going to be willing to do. But because you might have such low self-esteem and low self-worth, you'll be thinking it's like, if I don't do this for him or her, they're going to break up with me and then I'm alone. Then I'll never find somebody else. I'll never find someone else who's willing to love me. Like, you honestly, like, you sometimes really need to look at ourselves and be like, you know what? We need to, like, these are my issues. These are my insecurities. Let's work on them so that you're coming to somebody, a whole, full person, that you're not able to be, like, put into these crazy situations.
Yeah, there's low self-esteem and also peer pressure or social media pressure, where you're dating a guy and your relationship is like everywhere, mko famous, and then now they happen to hurt you and you can't leave them because guys on the comment section are going like, oh, and you look good together, oh, wachana na huyo side chika kaya, he loves you, and listen to your heart. Decide on what you want. Don't listen to your fans ama comments. Mimi, by the way,
even your family and friends.
Yeah, because even
Mimi,
cheating
my
is one of
family,
those things that we're told.
you will not advise,
I'm
you will not tell me what to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Do not be forced into a situation you're not comfortable with simply because there's now an impression that you've created or a picture perfection that you've created about your marriage or your relationship, that now you have to stay with him, you know? He did one bad thing and you're saying, I really like that.
Yeah, because me, I will tell you, I'll comment and say, hey, Kathomi, but you look good together.
Yeah.
Left me go with my business when unabaki hapo kiumia.
Yeah, exactly. And now here's another thing that bothers me a lot, right? You know, when you're in a situation where now, like, yeah, that one, let's put the scenario of cheating. So you and your husband or you and your boyfriend are somewhere, right? And then someone sees whatever is happening, right? Or I call Ayuma. I'm like, Ayuma, I just saw so-and-so, and he's like chilling with some girls, and they're acting a little too cuddly and cute, and I don't know whether you're aware of this information, but I just thought I should let you know, and because it's really bad. And then Ayuma's response is like, okay, don't worry, I will handle it. And in most cases, it's usually a guy who is supposed who is telling someone else, I can handle it. What is that? The coined phrase handled, or a relationship is being handled. Are you comfortable with that?
No, you shouldn't have to. It's like almost like it's a job.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I know relationships are hard work. I know you actually have to work to make your relationship to succeed. But it shouldn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't feel like it's something that needs to be handled. You know, there's always a crisis. That's the thing. Like, you know, you're always dealing with like, okay, he has done this and this. Then you deal with that situation, it's handled. Then another one pops up, it's handled. Another one pops up, it's handled. Like the relationship is just about putting out fires. Yeah.
For me, I feel like we should meet halfway. Yes, maybe I'm your ride or die, but we need to set boundaries. Like this and this is what I can take, this is what I can't take. So that way, we're going to move smoothly because
So in what I'm hearing from like the general vibe, and also you at home, please let us know, because we're thinking, in general, what I'm hearing is, in a situation where ride or die can be a good and bad thing based on how your relationship is set up, right?
Yeah.
So you can be a ride or die with someone because he's good for you, because she is amazing for you, because she brings out the best in you. And in that case, honey, you better ride, you better die. But in the situation where it's a toxicity type vibe, you know, you're being put in a situation where you're actually being in danger, or your life is being compromised, like the safety of your emotions, your mental health, all of that is being put at jeopardy, then it should be like, no, it's time for us to leave. And speaking about leaving, we are leaving the toxicity of negative riding or dying and getting into a game, right?
Our game is in. Welcome back. You're still watching Let's Talk, and we want to play a game called What's Next. So like you come up with a word and then the other person like finishes the word. For example, chocolate.
Chip.
Cookies.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start.
Pan,
Cake.
fries.
Right.
Girl.
No, actually pancake fries.
Yeah.
No, that's just pancake. So I can come up with another one.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
we say
Syrup.
something else.
No, it has to be all one
It has
thing.
to make sense.
A one.
Yeah.
But they're pancake fries.
Oh.
Are
Okay.
they not?
I've never heard of pancake fries. That one you've lied.
I have
House?
lied. I have lied.
House.
Help.
Yeah.
Manager.
House help manager.
House management.
Management.
Thank
Okay, let me give you one. Ooh. Short.
Hair.
Cut.
Hey!
Yay! Another one. Give us another one.
Give us another one.
Hey, Madam Producer's idea. Cut them. Flower.
Garden.
Died.
Flower garden manager, surely.
Flower
The
garden
gardener.
manager. Oh, man, I'm thinking the
Flower garden man.
Flower garden man.
Yeah, because he's your flower garden man.
Okay.
He takes care. Okay, that one was a stretch. Actually, you get it,
DNA.
Test.
kit.
Hey.
Okay. Amazing.
Okay. Ball.
Game.
Studio.
Yeah, okay, not
Field.
Yeah. Studio. They play games in a studio.
Okay. Arena. Ball game
Yeah.
arena. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Can you think of any, please let us know. The number is open as always. We see a few people who have decided to still send us a few messages. So let's quickly go through those. I see someone called Joy Bell watching from Kisumu, Riyadh, saying, hi guys, you guys look amazing. Someone else has sent us an amazing screenshot and they're saying, you won't be rewarded in heaven for suffering or putting up with a dusty. Amen. Preach.
Amen.
What's the
amen.
next one saying?
I also have over here Cats from Limuru saying, ride or die, please, for who I can't, okay? We also have someone over here watching from Ebru saying, to my contribution on the issue of side chicks, I believe that a married man is a no-go zone. However, I do not agree with you on how you are faulting it all on the side chick. Not the side chick doesn't carry the equal blame, but the biggest chunk of the blame should fall on the man. He's the one breaking vows. He's the one giving up on his wife and kids. He's the one cheating on his wife.
Okay. I agree with that. In all honesty, yes. But I feel like women tend to propagate the situation a bit more,
Yeah.
which is a bit of an unfair situation in general. What is someone else saying, Lily?
And she's saying, she goes on to say, if I got my man with a side chick, unless the girl in question is my friend, I will go after my man and not the girl.
Better
Well,
you than
yeah,
me,
that's
girl.
how it's supposed to be, but we're also telling the girls, please usiende uumie. Yes. Hello, ladies. I have an issue with the side chick case. Talking of normalizing the thing is a wrong notion that majority of men tend to follow without any apparent reasons behind it. Making a decision of marrying someone means you have evaluated her and agreed to all the conditions. So here, kuna something that she might be missing that you can get from another chick is absolutely wrong.
I like that.
Nowadays,
I like
there's
that.
no love. We are all eating from the same plate. So all this ride or die thing is a scam.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's true. Right or die for me is a scam unless it's a good situation, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've had an amazing show. We've loved hearing you and listening to you. We are very happy that you have quickly responded to our new number. Please keep messages coming in because even after we go, we still analyze all of those. Tomorrow is the end of the week for us, and I cannot wait to show you and talk to you and tell you everything that's going on. My name is Kathomi Kathomi. I have loved being here. Sorry.
Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did over here. There's a lot of shenanigans going on, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli, Ayuma_Kaguli on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
I want a masterclass that I can attend. So if you want to empower the girl child, call me. Put it out there. Tag me at Lily Asigo on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for watching.
Bye.